Hey, welcome everyone to this week's edition of Sit Start Saturday. It's just me again, Alan. Hope everyone had a glorious Christmas, got everything you wanted, that you were very nice. I'm sure you all are. What am I talking about? Um, yeah, hockey's back today. It was a kind of a very long 3 days. 13 games on the docket today. Doesn't none of them start till 6. Very weird. I don't know if they assume everyone is sleeping in or what. Uh but I see all we have in sit start is one question, but they want us to start two, but we can only vote on one. Kind of silly. I'm trying to think. I wonder which ones we have. I think only one of these goalies has been confirmed so far, and it's Bussy. But assuming all of them start, Bussy's definitely a lock. Um, And then who did the Wild play? I think it's someone I don't want to win though. Um yeah, they play the Jets, and I don't want them to win against my Hellebuck. Um but I do feel like if Wallstead gets the start, he probably wins because the Wild are just a fucking wagon right now. Um and I mean the Canucks play the Sharks, who are, I don't know, coming back down to earth a little bit. Um But I still feel like the all three of these goalies are very plausible, um, assuming they all get the start. But I feel like Bussy and Molstead are the no brainers. Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know. Red Wings are, I don't know, somehow first in the Atlantic. Kind of makes me a little bit ill. Um, yeah, I would still go Wallstead, Bussy, and even though I can only vote on one, um, I'll vote Bussy. I feel like he's the lock. Just been unreal. And again, a guy that was on freaking waivers. So good job. Good job. Good job, Edmonton. Um, I don't know how you did it, but you did it. Let's poke into some of the other channels while someone is typing there. See if I can find someone. Drop Askarov for Fowler. Um Yeah, man. I'm starting to move back to wait and see on Fowler because Askarov definitely coming back down to earth a little bit. The Sharks are coming back down to earth. Um, and Fowler had that great first game, uh, two stinkers, a shutout, and then a very good start. Um, but if you look at his quality of opponents, though, in the last two starts, it makes me question it, but I'm back to let's wait and see what this kid can do. It's a small sample size. I'm back to, yeah, let's wait and see for a larger sample size. But I mean the Canucks or not the Canucks, the freaking the Habs, they definitely want to compete. Um but yeah, I would. I mean, most likely you didn't pay much for Askarov, so dropping him for Fowler, yes, it's not like followed my advice if maybe a month ago and dropped Soros at some point, and now you might be kicking yourselves because the Predators are on some kind of unreal tear, and they've only dropped 4 in their last 14, and maybe you shouldn't have dropped them, and you could have ridden that tear. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe sometimes things happen in hockey and you can't predict them. Trade talk. Bedard, Nyes, Bouchard, Bertuzzi, Demko. I think I kind of want the Bouchard side. As good as Bedard has been. Really, really, I'm in the minority here because I feel like Bouchard and Bedard are kind of similar points wise. I kind of feel like, yeah, I kind of feel like Demko's staying put. Okay. Okay, I'm wrong. Um, yeah, I feel like that's a very nice buy low on Brat there. Lehkonen, Granlund. Granlund just came back, so we still haven't seen what he can do with the Ducks because he's been mostly injured this season. Lehkonen, his value is going to kind of, especially in a 14 team, wow. His value is going to kind of up and down. He was he's nearing in a 12-team Cats, sort of the bottom of my roster, and I don't want to let him go because I feel like the moment I do, his value is gonna skyrocket again because they're gonna, line one power play one treatment him again. But for Brat, yeah, I feel like this is the perfect time to buy low on Brat before he really like things get going on the Devils with Jack Hughes back. Um, yeah, you should have bought low. I feel like you really should have bought low before Jack came back. Points league non-banger, Matthews or Tage. Honestly, I kind of want the Tage side. Again, I've espoused this for like a little bit now, probably even last year. I truly think, and there's some analytics out there that kind of back this up. I truly think Austin Matthews is playing through something, has been for a while, and this is probably just conjecture, conspiracy theory. Um, so I need my little tinfoil cone hat. Like I truly think he is playing through something that maybe requires some sort of major surgery that could potentially alter his career. What it is, I don't know. He won't say. Like, and this is probably his trip to Germany/Turkey that I constantly joke was for hair plugs. Oh, and hi, Patrick. I just saw your comments there. Yeah, and especially this year with the Olympics, a lot of these guys really don't want to rock the boat on their like whatever nurse or injury they're kind of nursing, working through. So they're just trying to stay like it's one of those, are you hurt or are you injured? They're just trying to just keep themselves like duct taped together long enough to get through the Olympics, and then whatever happens. But yeah, I would take the Tage side, honestly. And especially Buffalo with the GM change. I don't know. They're cooking something. I would, yeah. Tage side. And then yes, here we go. All right, current lineup for tonight. He's benching Strome and Gauthier. And what do we got? Gaudier's left wing and Strome against Jersey. Yeah. Forsberg and St. Louis. Yeah, I mean Nashville's cooking. And Robo against. Oh, did they add right wing Robo? Interesting. I didn't catch that. Fantrax still have, and Fantrax is where I have Robo. They haven't added right wing to Robo yet. And Fantrax against Chicago. I like that. I like that for Robo. Even though I wish he'd get back to what he was doing a few weeks ago when I first traded for him. Against Chicago, I like that matchup. True. Yeah, honestly, I like, because LA is stingy. Even though they're not scoring as much, yeah, I think you're making the right move there by benching Cutter. Strome, yeah, they moved him down the lineup some, but it did seem like what is it, right when they moved him down the lineup, I think to line 2. He had a couple assists that game. I think that first game they moved him down. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what he's done since after that first game. But yeah, definitely Aho against Detroit, even though I said Detroit's a little bit of a wagon. Actually, that's right. I was definitely gonna talk about that on tomorrow's show, that John Gibson's just been unreal for them. Like, it took a minute for Gibson to find his footing, but yeah, 8-game win streak for Gibson, just a record that hasn't been touched in like 20 years for Detroit. And he sure, yeah, I feel like again, Washington, one of the stingier teams in goals against, but he sure, yeah, with Jack back, that's the team with a bunch of guys back. Who'd they get back? Gritziuk and one other guy whose name escapes me. But they got Jersey, I think, is at full firepower now. So yeah, I don't hate what you've done there. So yeah, they were good there. And then actually, I think Patrick's got some questions there. No choices to deal with, so we're just talking about watching. Okay. Dropping Askarov, picked up Ingram. Yeah, dude, I don't know, man. I'm iffy on Ingram's opponents. because was it the first one was Calgary, and I forget who else Ingram played, but I don't know. I like I like the comeback story. Um, so I'm definitely I'm rooting for him. I and I don't think Pickard is the long-term answer there. And I mean, it wasn't that long ago where the tandem in Utah/Arizona was Ingram Vejmelka. So absolutely Ingram could be a viable solution for Edmonton. So yeah, I'm rooting for him. Like I hope they give him a little bit of a runway there. While Jari's out, I think was it they said 2 weeks for Ingram. Um so I think yeah, my I was able to stash him in one of my 3 leagues where we have an NA slot. I beginning of the season threw him in there cuz I'm like whatever. I know Skinner won't cut it and I know Pickard is not worth holding all season long. I'm like, yeah, come like November, December, we're gonna see Ingram and shit. I was it wasn't or what is it? Oh, what is the from the Big Short? It's like I wasn't wrong just early. Or I guess I was right on time. But yeah, yeah. And what are they now with goalies that aren't Skinner? Um, Skinner with the goalies that aren't Skinner and Pickard, they're like, was it like 5-0 or something already? So yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, shoot, even the Penguins, man, look how well, and it's you can kind of attribute to just how just fickle the goalie position is, like just how Skinner has just been terrible in Pittsburgh, and there's just so much you only so much you can put on the goalie, like um how much is the system in front of the goalie, like knowing your teammates in front of you, like what your teammates in front of you are going to cover for you versus what you need to clean up like that they're going to miss. So yeah, it's even as we saw with Gibson in Detroit, as we saw um I'm trying to think of other goalies. I mean, and then you got guys like Grubauer who just don't it never clicks. And although it, that's not completely true. I guess Grubauer has had a couple of good stretches in Seattle, um, where he looks like the goalie that Seattle signed. It just didn't happen immediately. Yeah, it's and Skinner may get a little better, but I really think that Jari was sort of covering some defensive deficiencies that Pittsburgh was having, and now we're seeing that house of cards fall. Let's see if there was anything else. I think yeah. I think this 3-day lull in hockey just sort of killed momentum on a lot of things. I think this may just be like a shorter show. Goalie talk. Yeah, we got nothing. Yeah, and I think the only real big news just came out this morning. Bo Horvat is back. And I think Ilya Sorokin who went to IR retroactive to the 20th. So I know Riddick's in today. Yeah, I got nothing. Let's see. Guys at there we go. Guys at Banger Management. What do they got? What do they got? Pointer Norris points. Who do the Sens play? Or no, Norris is on Buffalo. Wow, I sometimes still forget that. Who does Buffalo play? I don't know, man. Buffalo's rolling a little bit. Although Norris isn't top line anymore. I could get a little but yeah, I don't especially trust Point, who I hope gets left wing soon, actually, if they keep that Sorelli Point Kucherov line together. That'd be very nice. That'd be just as good as like when Malkin got left wing. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about this Florida Tampa game. I'll almost be glad I'm not watching it. Oh yeah, yeah, there we go. Yes, let's I like that. Yeah, because I'll have to talk it out with Jay. I don't know if we'll do a with New Year's Eve and everything. I'm not sure if we do a midweek show this week. Yeah, let's do that mailbag question actually. Oh, I already looked at it, so it's not gonna stand out. There it is. Okay. So 2 questions. Leonard and Demidov. Yes, Ryan Leonard is back, and I like that he resumed his spot on power play 1 immediately. And then Demidov, who I think I saw that he was getting power play 1 on the Habs as of right now, but I know they've kind of shifted that around a bit. Cats and Bangers League, or yeah, Cats Bangers. Um, so Patrick, what weeks are your playoffs? I guess we're kind of at that point of the season. Because that's already what we should be looking at. Schedule planner. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna assume. I'm like as I'm pulling this up, I'm gonna assume weeks 21 and 23. That's what a lot of leagues do to avoid that weird extended week where a lot of teams like rest their players. And it sort of comes down to you know who attrition of who has like the most guys like actually playing rather than just yeah, rather than just it's less of a matter of just absolute dumb luck. Oh my gosh, where's the custom date range? There we go. And then I think it was March 16th through February or April 4th or 5th. There we go. Oh, weeks. Wow, 20 to 22. Okay. Shoot, I need to look up. Man, I'm starting to keep all this information like easily accessible. Weeks 20, so March 9th through March 23rd. Eh, I mean, not much of a difference game played. Like they both have 7 games across those 3 weeks. The Capitals have a couple more off nights. Yeah, strength of schedule is about the same. Jeff, picture in the mailbag. Yeah, I don't know. Something in me says Leonard. I think Leonard bangs a little more and everything. It's hard because they're both rookies, and you never know what happens with rookies. Like sometimes they get benched, sometimes they get 20 minutes a night, sometimes they get 10 minutes a night. But it seems like the Caps are really willing to let Leonard run for now. It just sucks that he's already been injured. But yeah, I really thought for the Habs at least that oh my god, Dano was going to be that 2C, but he's been the 3C. I was really hoping that they'd give four match, 2 off nights. Oh, so you have wait, wow. Did I just really do something wrong to get a different number? I must have missed a week or something. Choo, 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 choo. 9th. Yes, I missed an entire week. So you had it right. Okay. So Montreal, 11, 3 off nights. Washington. Where are you, Washington? Yeah, you get an extra game out of Montreal. Yeah, so I think it all comes down to the individual player. And I think I feel like I give slight edge to Leonard, but yeah, because I mean their paces aren't that different. Um 2.1 shots per game. Yeah, I wish Demidov would shoot more. He's just converting very highly, which I don't like. Um but they're both getting, well, I mean, I guess Demidov's getting a little bit more ice time. Yeah, I mean their point paces are well, I guess Leonard has missed some time. So that point pace is a little bit skewed. Uh yeah, but it's 9 points in his last 6. Yeah, Demidov's shooting percentage makes me skittish, but that could just be who Demidov is. He's a high efficiency converter. Um 44 hits in 30. Okay, so he's not hitting a ton. For some reason I thought Leonard hit like a lot, but he hits more than Demidov. Um so yeah, I think Leonard will cover categories for you better. Um Although he does well, if he's covering categories better, he gets you more out of that one fewer game over the course of the couple weeks than Demidov does. Um but of course that could all change depending on what team, where are they in the rankings? Because I feel like the Capitals were towards top of the league, and then I'm taking a beating lately. Yeah, 3-4-3 in their last 10. Fourth in the Metro. Where's the wild card? I need a better visual. Oh, come on. No, show me the wild card rankings. There we go. Okay, so right now their first wild card in the East by 1 point. I mean, they're 1 point back of third in the Metro. Yeah, there's this Metro is so compressed. It's funny. So it's hard. It's still anyone's race. Yeah, Elias Pettersson going to Montreal. That would be interesting, and that would something like that would boost Demidov for sure. But then it's who gets, and then that could also bump it could give Demidov a lift that at even strength, but then I feel like, who gets power play 1, right? Like, someone's gotta get bumped off because if you get someone like Petey, are you really gonna relegate him to power play 2? And I'm not ch and this is, I don't know, maybe something I need to get better at, New Year's resolution, like, get better at understanding the power play structure other than, like, the quarterback and, that you have, like, a net front guy, and like who plays where, and understanding like, oh yeah, like, well, I know you have like your left circle, um typically your trigger guy, um and who plays where, right? Because if let's say like Pedersen and Demidov play the same spot in the power play, well, you spent all this capital to get Pedersen. Why would you have Demidov on your power play over Pedersen? Um, so it would bump Demidov off of that power play. So Demidov's value would take a hit. So it'd be great for him at even strength. But yeah, and then at that point, I'd say, yeah, you'd want Demidov for strength of schedule. Plus, he'd be playing with a very good player, um, for your playoffs. Um, so yeah, it's hard to try to picture some of these guys for the stretch. Like I'm already trying to call, like, yeah, for whatever weeks someone was asking about, they're trying to trade for, I think, JT Miller. And I'm like, yeah, I don't see New York getting better at trade deadline. So on paper, New York has the best schedule, most games, most off nights. So it's like, yeah, on paper, it makes sense to try to trade for JT Miller. But then it's like, well, is New York going to be that good? Um, are you better off trying to trade for someone else on another team who they may not have the same a number of off nights, but the team's going to be better, so they're going to score more. But yeah, Montreal's still very much in the mix. And man, yeah, Elias Pettersson, yeah. Yeah, if they trade for Pedersen, that's definitely line 2 center be huge for Demidov. Be interesting. But yeah, I between the two right as of right now in a vacuum. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah, don't stack 3 players on the same team. Um if you already have Sanderson and Stützle, I I don't know if I'd try to trade for Cousins, although, yeah, I think I said, I don't know if it's sit start last week or in another show altogether, but yeah, I think I own Cousins in like all 3 leagues I'm in, and he's ranked like a top 50 player in all 3, um, just with everything he does. So yeah, I just as good as he is, I don't think with what you have already, it really helps you to stack 3 skaters. Now the goalie, that's different. I wouldn't count that as um in your stack because that's I feel like yeah, in a stack that you would counting a goalie isn't the same. Um because yeah, if again is with that, like it's feast or famine, right? Like if Ottawa puts up 5 a night, that's great for you. But if Ottawa gets shut out, well, now you have 2, 3 plus skaters who have done nothing for you. Um, yeah. So yeah, stacks are, and then I know Jay is like, yes, pile them on. That's and to an extent, that's great. Oh yeah. Ooh. Oh yeah. See, there you go. There you go. Yeah, that was don't you just moved off of threes a 3-player Ottawa stack. Yeah, don't hurt don't hinder yourself like that. But yeah, hopefully that Brat trade pays off for you now that Jack is back. Um yeah, I wonder if that's right before the Rangers um schedule really takes off. And then if you have Rasmus Anderson, try and sell high on him now. I think I would. Because yeah, it's if he's going to a contender, odds are that contender has a power play quarterback. Um, because I'm thinking like, this is really far back. I'm thinking back when Kevin Shattenkirk was on the Blues, and they didn't wanna lose him for nothing, so they traded him to the Capitals. Although I think he did end up running their power play for that playoff run, and that was where they really stacked up and I think again got shut down in like the second round against the Penguins. Um, but most of the time, like that, yeah, that team already has like a locked in elite defenseman uh for their power play. And at any moment, I feel like they could go back to Mackenzie Weegar. But yeah, most likely they are just showcasing Rasmus Anderson. But I don't know. At any point, they could also sign Rasmus Anderson. He has expressed. I feel like he's expressed some interest in staying in Calgary, but yeah, most likely he stays. But I feel like the what I've seen is that he's going to the tax free states. So what do we got? Vegas, Texas, or Dallas, and Tampa, Florida. Um, although I feel like if he goes to Florida, he could. I could see easily he could bump Seth Jones. Dude hasn't really been all that great. Um, so there's room there. I feel like Tampa, you got Victor Hedman. Um, so if he's healthy, he's probably not going anywhere. He is one of, I mean, he's the captain. He's one of John Cooper's guys. Um, I mean, if Darren Radish is still there, I mean, I don't know if you mess up the chemistry. I mean, Darren Radish seems like he's been like I don't know, almost like a dark horse Norris candidate all season, and he's a UFA this season, so dude's gonna get paid. Um, so I don't feel like he'd just be a depth piece in Tampa. I don't I don't see him bumping anyone off. If he goes to Dallas, I mean, he would have Heiskanen and Harley in front of him. I don't feel like there's really room for him as a power play quarterback there. If he goes to Vegas, I mean, you got Shea Theodore there. You got Hannafin right now is running power play one. Um, and they've been running that 5 forward power play most of the year. So I don't know. I think who else is a tax free state? As in Nashville, I think Nashville's a tax free state. But would he want to go to Nashville though? Right now in their current state, um, yeah, there we go. And yeah, Rasmus Anderson. I feel like there's been people in front of him um, for a little bit now. The past couple seasons, you're right. Yeah, I would say yeah, flip him absolutely. Um, see if you can get someone who has that more solid power play one defenseman role. Um, shoot, if you can get someone like Heiskanen, that'd be awesome. Um, I hate how unreal he's been this season, especially because I was more like, yeah, it's Harley's. This is gonna be great. Um, so yeah, wasted that draft pick. Unless Heiskanen gets injured, there's still time. I'm trying to think of an equivalent. Let me try to all players, all teams. Oh no, I feel like no, I don't feel like you could get Chikrin for someone like that. Maybe someone who's been kind of, I mean, maybe a buy low on someone like Adam Fox who has been injured for a little bit. I know he started skating. You have Roman Yossi. Um, who is in that schedule that you posted? It's really good. You have Sanderson. Um, Montreal, you could try to go for Hudson. His peripherals aren't great, but he's a lock for that power play. Oh yeah, I see Rangers. Yeah, maybe go for Adam Fox. Um, yeah, you're probably not getting Makar out of that. Oh, I mean, I don't see Utah on that list, but someone like Mikhail Sergachev maybe. Um, yeah, maybe try to target. I like the idea of Adam trying to trade for Adam Fox while he's injured. Oh, options for a forward. Um, I mean, there's always someone like Logan Cooley, who again is injured right now. Um, or maybe shoot for one of those top line guys in Montreal. Um, or who else? You can't no, not another Ottawa forward. Um, yeah, I agree. Fox could be. I mean, he won't cover very many other categories for you, but I mean, he's a lock for the Rangers. I don't think, yeah. Even if the Rangers are sellers, I don't think he goes anywhere. Um, he's a franchise D. Um, hmm, I mean, I only see Utah on that list once. And you have an Ottawa stack. You don't want to trade for any more Ottawa forwards. Um, let's see. Pull up forwards. Oh, it's hard to tell. I don't know what this league scoring is. I'm just pulling up a list of players. And I mean, I guess what do you Sergachev and Jersey already? Okay. Oh, you need to get rid of them. So that might be where it'd be nice to do a twofer. And I guess what have I seen your roster before? Have you posted your roster somewhere? There we go. I'm trying to think of where you might be like weakest. I hate to see a trade for a goalie. I mean, you got guys like McKinnon on there. And you already have Zibanejad. I wouldn't go ham trying to trade for other Rangers. You got Werenski. I mean, all you can really do is try to upgrade other defensemen. I mean, you got a lot of other forwards. Yeah, I mean, I see the Rangers a lot in your other. Yeah, and I mean, I hate to see a trade for another goalie. Um, it'd be someone like I don't know, and I think is Zippy still considered a center in Yahoo or center only? Center right wing. Okay, I was about to say. I mean, if you want category coverage, you could try going after Trocheck, um, because it just seems like. Well, no, I think he got injured a little bit to start the season. Yeah, he's ungodly for category coverage. Yeah, Omar Hart and Ingram. Yeah, I'd be pretty happy with that as your three goalies for right now. Um, and then if something happens to Ingram, again, you didn't pay anything for him, it'd be easy to move on to someone else. Yeah, yeah, Eklund's out right now. Um, yeah, I just it's hard. It's hard. I mean, I hate to look at every I hate to look at every spot on your roster and say like you need to upgrade this spot. I mean, it helps. There is some logic in having just a couple of guys that are streamer spots. Not every spot has to be like best available player. Um, but yeah, no, I totally agree. Like in selling high in Anderson, I feel like that's a good move. And PD's IR, yeah. Yeah. But as for who though, I don't know. I don't know. If you wanted to firm up, like, because I with Aiden Hill coming back in the next month or so, I don't know what they're gonna do with Aiden Hill and Carter Hart. If it's gonna be a 1-to-1 split, if it's gonna be 2-1, that they just kind of ride one till one gets hot. I don't know. Um, if Hill's the starter, Hart's the backup. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think that's something to consider in the back of your mind. Um, but I hate to see you trade for a goalie, but that could give you some security in net there down the stretch. Who to trade for though? I don't know. I hate to see a trade for Shesterkin. That'd be crazy. Yeah, I especially and I think I've said this before in the show. I hate drafting center only. That's a position I punt. Um, can't be. I almost feel like I sold high on Kempe, man. I don't know why the Kings can't. The Kings are scoring. I feel like they should be scoring more, and I don't know what their issue is. Um, yeah. Actually, what's Kempe been doing? I would say if there was anyone to target on the Kings, though, it is Kempe. Yeah, 2 points in his last 5. Yikes! Oh my gosh, wow. He's down to a little less than a point per game now. How does the Kings fit in your playoff schedule, though? He doesn't. But I like the idea of Jeek, especially with the addition of. Oh, okay. So I wonder if Kempe just does a lot of other things. I wonder if that's what it is. He shoots about 3 a game. Nice shooting percentage. That's not going anywhere. About 2 hits per game. Doesn't really block. Really? So he's still 13th. Wow. Yeah, I like the idea of Jeek. But yeah, I don't like the idea of trading for center only, especially because you had quite a few already. I mean, you might be able to buy. Honestly, you might be able to buy low on Kempe right now. Like I said, he's dropped to about a little under a point per game. But yeah, I don't know how I mean, I don't know how Kempe fits into your playoffs plans though. Yeah, I mean, maybe if they fire the coach though. I mean, it's got to be getting real uncomfortable. Actually, how are the Kings doing in the playoff race? Okay, their first wild card. I mean, they have a game in hand on the Sharks, who are 2 points behind them. The Kraken are 3 points out with a game in hand on the Kings. The Preds are 3 points out on them. Yeah, the Blues are 3 points out on them with 2 games more played. Yeah, I don't know. Something's up with the Kings that they're just not scoring as well as they used to. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I moved off of Kempe while he was hot earlier in the season. I don't know, man. I still don't get why they're trying to play old man Doughty power play 1 like it's still 2014. I don't get it. Cuz has he even gotten anything since he has come back? Look at the game log. He got a power play point. Doesn't tell me if it's an assist or not. It's got to be an assist. Got a power play assist on December 6th. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. And they may not even, I don't know. And again, I almost wonder if a coaching change would facilitate Brent Clark breaking out or just Drew Doughty retiring. When does his contract expire, man? 2027. Oh my God. When did they? Really? 2018 they signed that deal. Oh my gosh. Okay, wow. So he's not a UFA till after next season. Oh man. See, I gotta wonder if like a coaching change or something isn't till when we see Brant Clark get a legitimate crack at power play 1. Because even right now, I gotta wonder if Drew Doughty gets injured or something that they just don't go back to a 5 forward power play. Um But yeah, if you and I know he's ranked 13th for now, I would try to look at his ranking over the last month or 2 weeks and see if that's still 13th. Because I just feel like I feel like something's not passing muster here. Um, because because it looks like I see looking at the game log, I feel like, yeah, it's the beginning of the season. I see a lot of points clustered together, and then it just kinda thins out in the last month or so. Um, yeah. So I'm wondering if it's the team as a whole is slowing down or if it's him specifically. I don't know. And now with moving Deneau out when the team was already thin, a little bit thin down the middle, if that's gonna well, no, I guess who would Kempe? Kempe was always playing with Kopitar. If that'll hurt, I don't think that'll hurt Kempe at all. He'll just he'll get all the offensive minutes. Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's still 13th on the season, but yeah, if he's slowing, he's still 70th for the last 2 weeks. Yeah, maybe this is almost a buy low on Kempe and something happens and he picks it back up. But yeah, I I wouldn't be too mad. This could almost be like the perfect like you're selling high on Anderson to buy low on Kempe. Um, because what has he been his last couple seasons? Yeah, what do you 73 points, 75 points, 66 a couple years ago. Um, ouch, 54 in 21, 22. Yeah, hopefully he picks up, gets closer to these 70-point seasons. They wouldn't need to do much to get back to those seasons. Yeah, I was try to go Kempe. If you get Jeek, that'd be awesome. I really feel like with the addition of Quinn Hughes, that's absolutely going to lift everyone up. And then it sounds like, I mean, Minnesota doesn't want to be done, and they certainly have the cap space this season. I know there were a lot of people who I'm well, and they weren't the only team. There were quite a few teams that had just a ton of cap space to make moves in the off season and just weren't able to. Just because again, I know Steve Eiserman was one of the GMs who were like, I had cap space to do stuff, but so did everyone else. And they just weren't able to make these like glitzy, glamorous moves happen. Um, and yeah, I know Minnesota was one of the teams because they finally had the Parise and Suter money come off their books, which was that was amazing that they were able to. I think it was last season they made the playoffs with just the roster they had. Um, yeah, oh man, Anderson and Fantilli for Jeek. Um, and see, I think yeah, is Fantilli on that top line with Marchment? That could be a nice sell high moment for Fantilli. He's that top line with Marchment. Yeah, Marchment and Marchenko. That could be that might help your case. Because I don't know. I don't know if that line sticks. I mean, if it does, great. Because Marchment's got 3 goals so far since he got traded. So they probably keep them together as long as Marchment's scoring, as long as someone's scoring on that top line. But that could change just as quickly. True. But yeah, I think, do I have anything in starter bench? No. So we'll make this, last call. Anyone in the chat? Anyone wants to drop anything in the Discord if you're camera shy? But yeah, last call. We got about 5-7 minutes left. Or shoot again. Yeah, if anyone's playing Arc Raiders, man, make sure to hit me up on Discord or something. And that's totally, I'm not being paid by Embark to say that. I enjoy the game. But if someone from Embark wants to pay me money to bring up Arc Raiders, I'll do that. Nothing in ad drop. Yeah, let's go back over to Banger Management. So if all of these are starting, Hellebuyck, who are we sitting? Hallmark versus Toronto. Yeah, I kind of agree with this. I might sit Wolf versus Edmonton. I mean, I feel like Allmark is probably the only lock there, but I feel like Hellebuyck has been pretty good since he came back, but I feel like Minnesota's just been so much of a wagon. Wolf versus Edmonton and Hellebuyck versus Minnesota has just been tough. Or Minnesota's just been tough all around. Cousins or Horvat. Well, who do the Islanders play today? Islanders play the Rangers. Yeah, go Horvat. Who does Sens play again? Against the Leafs. Yeah, it could go either way. Okay, been a couple minutes and nothing in chat, nothing in Discord. So that's gonna wrap it. Thanks everyone. Hopefully you got something out of it today. Should be back sometime tomorrow afternoon for the week 13? Are we at week 13 already? Script. Hopefully Jay, he said he'd be available. If not, it'll just be another solo show with me. So it'll be nice and quick. But yeah, we'll see you later. Good luck, everyone.